Happy Thursday. It is March the 11th, 2021. Welcome to another episode of Central Valley Business brought to you by CentralValleyTalk.com. Austin Reed back with you. Hope you are having a great day so far. We're looking at a live picture of the Tower District behind me, and it is cloudy again. I was in one part of Fresno the other earlier this morning, a couple hours ago, and we actually saw a little bit of rain. Where was I? I was on Herndon and Cedar. So we could see a little bit more rain today. I'll keep you updated with your forecast throughout the afternoon. Let's get the show started, though. We've got an exciting day ahead. We've got 3 hours of live local interviews for you. You're watching us live right now on YouTube TV, Facebook, Instagram, and of course at our home, CentralValleyTalk.com. My first guest, give it up for a very famous Marry Me officiant here in Central California. You may also recognize her. Do you still do spokeswork for the SPCA?
Not currently,
Okay.
but the animal rescue work is something very near and dear to my heart, something that I always do. So, yeah, you'll always see me post about animals, sharing the mission of adoptions and so forth.
Our producer Allison has her dog here. Did you see?
Yes,
did you see her
yes.
up front?
Her and I were good friends. We hit it off.
Immediately.
Yes.
I've interviewed Thalia many times throughout all the stations I've worked at across the Central Valley. So thanks for coming on my show here now
Yes,
at
definitely.
CentralValleyTalk.com. So let's talk about what you do. Marry Me. Let's do a little introduction for our audience here.
Definitely. So I am a wedding officiant or civil minister. So my job is to marry couples. That's something that's very exciting to me. I write a love story for the couples, and that's something a little bit different that not all officiants necessarily do. And so I think my couples really enjoy that their guests get to hear how it all happened. What was their beginning up until that point of deciding to get married? And then, so weddings, that's one of my big areas, as well as notary. So I do both. I'm either officiating a wedding or I'm seeing a client for some notary work. So it's very common stuff that I do. And then on the side, of course, my hobby is animals.
Yeah, you love animals.
Yeah.
I saw on Facebook that you had you just had to give up a prego cat.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So that how that happened is just that I actually, through my clients sometimes, whether it's like a wedding or notary client, they'll let me know because they know that this is what I do. So they'll like, hey, I have a mama cat that got pregnant, or, I have a dog, we have a litter of puppy, whatever it is. They have an animal that they just can no longer care for. They contact me, and then I'll outreach for them. So I'll figure out what we need to do, what's going to be the next step, whether we need to spay neuter their animal, whatever the animal needs, we try to get it some help. So I'm kind of doing that more like on an individual basis, but I have connections with a lot of rescues and organizations, and that's how we're able to find it some help. So yeah, that cat that you saw me post about recently, that's exactly what happened. It was just a family that they didn't realize that by getting this kitten, it was going to get pregnant pretty quickly. Yeah, so so you usually tell a lot of people, like, when you get on my personal Facebook, it's going to be all animal outreach, and then my business page, it would be Marry Me Thalia, whether on Facebook or Instagram.
So talk a little bit about, let's see, we're in March now. It's been 1 year since the pandemic really changed everything. I continue to see good news as far as things are reopening, the vaccines are out, COVID seems to slowly be going away. How is the wedding industry?
It definitely was affected at first, but at least me personally, for me, weddings actually grew. Like, I was doing more ceremonies because for the beginning of quarantine here in Fresno County, the clerk's office was not doing the simple elopements, the signings. And so a lot of those customers were coming to me because they still wanted to get married or still wanted to legalize their union. And so, like, for me, it has boomed. And it's a great niche for me to be in because it didn't slow down. I have seen throughout the quarantine different things happen with families. I've seen some that try to respect quarantine as best as they can with, like, wearing a mask, social distancing, like hand sanitizers, all that stuff. Then I've been to wedding, like, celebrations where people are not wearing any masks at all. Like, I mean, everybody's just kind of like a free-for-all kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah, it's hit or miss, hit or miss.
Yeah, so it has changed. I think it's just a perspective of the families. You know, some families are all for it and some are not. It's yeah, but definitely weddings. I mean, it felt like they slowed down or at least they got pushed back. Right. But I think people are just tired of waiting on committing to their partners, so they're just ready to do something. Even if maybe they'll have their big reception in the future, they still want to legalize their union now. So you're gonna see a lot of micro weddings, like just signings, elopements, couples just taking off, maybe doing it in a park or something, just something quick to really feel like they're finally committed to their partner.
Our director, Michael, was just pulling up your Facebook page and your Instagram, kind of showcasing all the weddings you've done. Here's a video that you took. I don't know if you can see that, but where is this? Is this, can you see it? I don't know if you can. It's kind of hard, but it looks like there's just a lot of chairs. I don't know if it's outside or inside, but I mean the whole thing for what you do is making. I mean, man. I mean, you are the final. The final stop right before they say I do. How does that feel?
Well, you know what? I get just as excited as whether it's a groom or a bride, whoever's standing next to me and seeing their partner come on up. Like, I get just as excited as they do seeing this person come down all like just glowing and sparkling and looking so beautiful, and they're about to say I do. So to me, it's always exciting, and I think that's what makes me great at my profession, that it's not like a dull moment. Like, to me, it's not like repetitive work. Like, every time I marry a couple, I always get excited for them. And so yeah, no, it's a great feeling, and then being able to share that intimate moment with them when they're sharing their vows. Sometimes they want to keep them to each other. They don't want the whole crowd or audience to listen. But I feel like I'm kind of privy to that because I get to be right in that center space where they can share some of their vows. And then I get to help them along the way. Maybe sometimes they need help writing their vows because they don't know what to say. So I can like edit it for them. You know, I can give them pointers and tips. I want to make that part not so stressful because a lot of times couples actually get really freaked out about the vows or having to speak in front of all their guests. And so I try to make that part like easy for them, but I also want to encourage them to do it. I don't want them to completely like omit it, because sometimes I have couples that say, no, I don't really want to do the vows. I'm too shy to speak. So I try to encourage them by telling them that they don't have to memorize it. I can help them write them, and they just have to keep it simple, maybe like a small paragraph. And so once I give them those pointers, then they're more likely to say their vows versus omitting it. So
we've got a couple minutes left. Real quick, I want to talk about your notary service because you offer that as well.
Yes, that's correct. So, for example, I have clients that need to stamp all kinds of documents. Sometimes they need like bank documents that need to be notarized, as well as like, I don't know, anything related to like transfer of vehicles and properties and deeds, all kinds of stuff. So definitely if they need somebody, I also do legal document assistance. So they need help filling out some like paperwork, definitely they can give me a call for that. I just have one number to remember, and it's 718-0405. So
that's an easy number.
So whatever you need to reach out for, on my social media, I'm very accessible, very reachable. However you want to contact me, I will shoot you a message right back. As you notice, I'm responsive pretty.
I know. I messaged Thalia like at 10 o'clock the other night.
Yeah.
Come on, Central Valley Talk. And you got right back to me. So thank you.
Like this. Yes, I'm pretty quick. Yeah.
Yeah, you're always working.
Yeah.
Okay, and you are taking new clients, whether it's for a wedding or any kind of notary services right now?
Exactly. Yeah, definitely. Okay. Yeah. So I always try to, I feel like I'm almost a 24/7 business. So whatever they need, they can definitely contact me, and I will fit them in.
Very good. All right. Yes. Good to see you again.
Likewise.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. That's Thalia. I'm Austin Reed. You're watching Central Valley Talk. We're back with more live local guests in just a bit. Don't go anywhere.